Hi, we're going to work today on session 2 of Google Classroom for IMMS teachers. To begin with, you need to be logged into Google. You're going to go to the grid, which is right here, these 9 little dots. Click on that. You're going to go down to Classroom. I want to just take a moment and review a few things that we talked about last time. In order to set up your class, you want to click on the plus sign, click on Create Class. You're going to type in your class name. You can give it a section and a subject. I think I said last time not to necessarily get real stuck with what these words are telling you to type in. Just think of it as 3 lines. So you can type in whatever 3 lines you want, whatever makes sense for your classroom. And then you'll click on Create. I'm not going to create right now because I already have enough Google Classrooms set up. I'm going to actually go into 7th grade day 1. If I wanted to change my background, my look right here, I could click on Select Theme, and I have lots of different choices of things to pick from. I would pick one I liked and then click on Select Class Theme. I'm not going to do that because I'm happy with what I have. Okay. Last time we also talked about creating announcements and assignments. Just a reminder, you do that by clicking on the plus sign. Actually not clicking, more hovering over with your mouse. You can create an announcement. Creating an announcement just basically is some statement or phrase you want to share with your class. You can type that in there. And then you have a choice of adding a topic. You can create a topic, and you can there's several different things that you can also add to your announcement. You can do an attachment, which is going to be from your computer files. You can go into Google Drive and add anything from Google Drive. You can go to YouTube, and if you don't know the URL, you may need to go out on YouTube, find it, and then paste it in there. And you can go into Link and add your link. Okay. Once you've added what you want, you can decide who's it going to be for. And I know last time some people were having a problem with this. Still not sure what was going on with that, but if you are able to, you can click which classroom you want it delivered to, and you can click as many as you want. If you are having a problem with that, unfortunately, you will still have to do the announcements individually. And then you can choose which students if you need to do that. And then you would just click on Post. It would be posted to your students. You can also create assignments. So if you click on Create Assignment, you can give your assignment a title. So I'm going to actually do that with you. So one of the things that we are working on in 7th grade, we're talking about digital citizenship right now, and we are going to be creating a video with a program called Animoto it's basically like a public service announcement on being a good digital citizen. So I would title this Digital, I can't spell. Okay. And then the instructions would be use your graphic organizers to create a public service style video using, oops, I forgot something, on digital citizenship using Animoto. Because I want my students to get right to the Animoto and not to have to go out on the web and find it, I would click on the link here and I would add the Animoto site to it. And then I would click on Add Link. Okay. I can choose then to either push it out to any of my students. Since this is just a sample, I'm not going to do that. I could choose to only give it to individual students, but I'm going to have all my students do it. And then I'm going to click on Assign. Once it's assigned, you'll see it right here. Okay. Now, if you feel like you missed something and you wanted to edit it, you can just click on these three little dots here, go to Edit, and I could take my video out. I could add something from Google Drive. I could add a YouTube video. I could add another link. Now, the one thing I'll caution you with, there is a way normally with assignments that you can give each student a copy of something from Google Drive. And I'll show you that in a moment. But once you have already submitted something the first time, when you try to go back in and edit, you're not able to do that feature. You're not able to give each student a copy. So that's the one downside of something. If you decide after you create an assignment that you do want to give them a copy of something from Google Drive and you want each student to have their individual copy, you would unfortunately need to create another assignment. Okay. Now, because I don't want this, I'm just going to click on Cancel. I'm going to actually delete this out. Okay. So let me show you how you can give students a copy of something. So if we go back to Create Assignment, and let's just say this is another digital citizenship project. I'm not going to even bother putting instructions in because I just want to show everybody how to give a copy of everything. So if you click on Google Drive, I'm going to just go to My Drive, go past my folders, and I'm just going to pick one thing at random. So let's say I wanted to give each student a copy of this. Right now, you'll see it says Students can view file. There is one down here that says students can edit file, and then there's another one that says make a copy for each student. If you clicked on make a copy for each student, that will give each student an individual copy that they can edit and hand into you. That way they're not making live edits on your original document. And then you would just click on Assign. I'm not going to assign it right now because I don't want to add this to my classroom, but that's how you would do that. Okay. So let's talk about the About page now. So we looked at the Stream page. We're going to go to the About page right here. This is where you can add class materials. So if you want to add materials, things that you think your students are going to need to go to other times in the year, so you don't want to just only have it available when they have that assignment open, you could click on Add Class Materials. You can give your material a name. So let's say I wanted to do Animoto video program. I would just click on the link here, put my link in, you can paste it in too, and then I would just click on Add Link. Okay. You can also add any of the other items that we've talked about before. And then once you've done that, you're just going to click on Post, and it's going to put your information right there. If you decide you don't want it anymore, click on those little dots. You can click on Delete, and yes, you're going to delete it, and then it will go away. Okay. Let's talk about a few other things on the sidebar here. There is an Invite Teachers button. The Invite Teachers allows you to type in other teachers' emails. You're going to want to, most likely you're going to want to use the email for the @chemungschools.org. You're not going to want to use just their personal email. And then you would just click on Invite. Okay. They will then get a notification through their email that they've been invited to join your classroom. There's a few other things on here I want to mention. Classroom Drive folder. When you create assignments, Google Classroom automatically creates folders for you in Drive. You can go into your Drive and you should see one that says Classroom. Okay? There should be one for every single class that you teach, that you have for Google Classroom. So this is my 7th grade Day 1 Information Literacy folder. Most of my classes this year, we haven't done anything that they've really had to submit into me. It's been more so me just posting assignments. But if they had handed something into me, for example, with this pre-assessment, then it would be listed in here. Okay, so that's what that is. You can get to that just through your Google Drive, which again, if you forget where that is, you go up to the grid up here. You're going to go to Drive. And see right here, mine says Classroom, and you will automatically have that too. You do not need to create it yourself. It will be created for you through Classroom automatically. Okay, I'm going to go back to Classroom now. I'm going back to class I was in, and I'm going to click on the About screen again. Okay, there's also a Classroom calendar. If you don't have any due dates set, you won't have anything there. But it's there. If you have due dates set, it will show things on there. Okay. You can go also to Google Calendar from here. So let's just take a moment and talk about Google Calendar. I'm not sure how many of you have used Google Calendar before, but it's really easy to use. You can get it from any device. There is apps for that, both in the Apple Store and the Android store. So right now, this is showing me all my calendars. And that's the way Google Calendar works. For every Google account you have, you can have many, many different calendars, and they're all going to show on one. Okay? So right here, these are all my calendars. I have a library calendar, and then I have ones that are part of my Google Classroom. So anything I created a Google Classroom for, there is automatically a calendar for that. Okay. Over here where it says My Calendars, you can create a new calendar. You can give your calendar a name. You can give it a description. You can even share it with certain people. So if I wanted to share it with a certain person, I could put their email address in. And then you can give them permission settings. So if you only want them to see event details, you can do that. But you can also give them rights to make changes and manage sharing, make changes to events. But you can also have it very limited where they only see whether you're free or busy. Okay? So once you've done that, you're going to create calendar, and then it will add a new calendar for you. Okay, right now we are in week view. You can change your view. You can go to day view, you can go to month, you can go to 5 days, and you can go to agenda. If you want to add something, you can do the quick add by going up to create. Sorry, usually that does a quick add. All right, let's try that again. I believe if I go to here and just that little arrow, it will give me a quick add, and then I can just add it. I like to actually go to create and give it a title. So if I had, let's say, meeting with John's parents. If the date's not correct here, you can change it. So let's say it was on October 30th and the time is not correct. You can go ahead and change that as well. Let's say it's 2 p.m. to 2:30.